Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this Wednesday's 1 p.m. reflection. Feel free to look around the church and carry on. I'm here for the next 10 minutes just to give a little insight into me. So, my name's Alice, and I'm currently doing the Ministry Experience Scheme, which is a scheme in which we can experience what it is to go into ministry, any form of ministry, as well as learning. So it's hands-on as well as being educational. I talk about callings all the time, and I hear about callings all the time. And it got me thinking, what does it mean to answer a call? Whether it's a call that your friend has been trying to get you on, or whether it's a phone call from your parents to check in on you, or whether it's a call from a much higher place. And I realized my call was coming from a much higher place. The song "The Summons" by John L. Bell is one which speaks out to me a lot, and it has done throughout my adult life. It's about answering a call. It's about putting aside what you once knew and actually listening to God and answering Him. So, a bit of a background into me and my faith journey. I was born into a Christian family. I spent my childhood going to church and Sunday schools. I remember being quite jealous at communions when my parents would be kneeling beside me and I would see them getting the communion wafer, and in my innocent mind, I thought it was a white chocolate button. So I was quite jealous at that point, and I was eager to grow up to be able to receive my white chocolate button too. But then growing up with a disability gives you another edge on life, which makes you question quite a bit. And I think it makes you either reach out to God or try to turn away. And for me, I very much reached out to God, questioning, why are people being so rude to me? Why are people upsetting me? And why is this allowed to happen? But knowing God was there was what got me through. And when I was a teenager, I received my calling. It was clear, it was persistent, but I chose to ignore it. I thought to myself, no, I'm sorry, God, it's not me you're talking to. It can't be, because nobody looks like me. No one in the ministry looks like me. But then, if we're made in the image of God, then all of us have a place within ministry and any form of faith. So, throughout my teen years, I spent my life as a choir girl, and I had friends who were in the choir with me. But I think I'd already decided to myself that although you've called me, I'm going to live my life a bit differently to what you've told me to. So I got married and had children. I carried on going to church, brought my children up in faith. I became a PCC secretary. But I always wanted to know more, and I always wanted to develop my faith, so I would always be very insistent on any Bible studies or teachings which were going on. The calling started to come again, but this time it wasn't from God. It was from a different career point of view, which was in the arts. So I developed myself as an artist. and I began my journey into film and theatre. I got my diploma in performing arts, but I knew something was missing, and I knew that my cup was only half full, and I knew that the half that was missing was because what I was doing wasn't serving God wholly. It was maybe serving myself, but it wasn't serving God. So we joined this church in 2019 as a family, and it's become our family church, and it's where we've all grown spiritually. And then it was in this church that I had another calling, to which I decided to answer this one, and that was to start a drama group here at Mancroft. We would combine biblical teachings or dramatic retellings to add to the service, or maybe to do as a separate entity. And that drama group still runs on a Wednesday night, I'm pleased to say. And I went on to university and decided to get more qualifications, feeling, is this the void that I'm trying to fill? In July, I am pleased to say that I graduated successfully in English literature and drama. But I knew there was still more that God was calling me to. And listening to John Bell's song, certain lines kept ringing out to me, such as, "Will you let my love be shown? Will you risk the hostile stare? Will you go where you don't know? And will you love the you hide if I but call your name?" Knowing that in God is the only time where I am my authentic self. I'm not an actress, I'm not a performer, I am wholly Alice. So I started having conversations at the beginning of this year with the ministry team. And I was told that people around me could see this calling. So I realized it was time to actually answer the phone now and start doing what God is asking me to. So currently, I am doing the ministry experience scheme, as well as my discernment training. And I honestly feel like I am finally doing what's being asked of me, what I want to do. And there is no truer feeling than when you finally get to that stage of knowing that you are serving God in the capacity to which He wants you. God has a vocation for all of us. And I think sometimes we need to stop thinking that we know best and understand that God is the one that knows best. And if there is a time where you've thought, maybe I should have followed that through, or maybe I should have listened better, then those opportunities don't go. They are always there. This is not to say necessarily that your call for everyone is to go into ministry, but certainly there is a calling and a way to serve others. And now I am showing the me that I have previously hidden. And through me, I will do my best to serve God and others. John Bell wrote the summons in 1987 after being accepted into the Iona community in 1980. We were lucky enough to have him as a guest speaker last year. And I can honestly say, after feeling truly accepted into my own community once again, and discovering myself throughout my adulthood, I'm finally at a place where I know I'm showing my true self. So here I am, God, answering your call. Thank you.